Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a paracord bracelet if you don't have a buckle. We'll be using two different knots. The first one is a diamond knot, which we've covered many times on this channel, and the second is one that we've never covered before. So let's dive right in. So the easiest way to set up a paracord bracelet without a buckle is a knot and loop closure. So we're going to be using two different knots for that. The first one is the diamond knot, and we've done that before, but we're just going to set it up quick here. We're going to fold over a portion of paracord that's going to fit around your wrist. So I've got folded about 2 feet here. You just want to make sure that you have enough to go around your wrist and then enough to tie the knot at the end as well. So around your wrist, it's going to take about 16 inches of paracord because it's 8 inches folded in half. And then you want probably another additional foot past that in each end of your cord. So we're looking at a total of 3 to 4 feet. So I'm just going to leave some extra and cut off the end. And we'll set that aside. All right, so now we can put it on our wrist, fold it over, and size it up. Depending on what kind of weave you're doing, it's going to be a pretty wide bracelet, or thick, I should say. And so we want to leave a little bit of extra room. So this would be a tight bracelet if we put it tight around my wrist. We want to back it off so that I can fit, 1 or 2 fingers underneath. Then we're going to mark that spot. You can put a binder clamp or just an overhand knot in that place if you want to. I'm just going to do an overhand knot. It's just to keep things in place, and it'll be taken out later. All right, then we're going to do our diamond knot, and we're just going to speed through it in this video, but we'll link to another one where we cover that in more detail. All right, we can take our placeholder knot out now. And it looks like this. And we'll just test it on for size. That's looking pretty good. Once we get a weave on there, it's going to make the bracelet a bit tighter. I would leave these ends on until you're done with your entire bracelet, just so you can adjust it later on if you need to. So then to start on our weave, you can really start at either end at this point. I'm going to start at our loop end. If we're just doing a simple cobra, we just put our cord behind our loop and then launch into that weave like normal. You want to leave just enough of a loop that this is going to fit snugly through in the end. So I want to size mine down just a tiny bit more and then weave to the end. For the second knot, we're going to be using the toggle knot. It's not the same complicated one that's found in the Ashley Book of Knots. It's kind of a simplified version. So I'm not sure if toggle knot is enough of a name for it, but that's what we're going with. So to start out, we're going to wrap it around our wrist the same way, just to take the measurement. So we want to go where the cords meet, and then just back off an inch or two to be able to fit a couple fingers underneath. We'll mark that place with an overhand knot like we did before. All right, so for the toggle knot, we make a loop in one of the cords like this, and then we're going to make a loop to the other direction with the other cord. It's kind of hard to see with my fingers in the way here, so I'll try to do it one more time more clearly. So in one of them, we're going to have our working end go underneath the cord, and on the other one, we're going to have it go on top. So we have two clover leaves, like this. Let's just do it a little bit farther up from this knot here to get that out of the way. All right, so then we're going to take this right side, and this cord is laying on top, remember. We're going to bring it up through the bottom of that loop. And this cord is all the way on the bottom, and we're going to put that down through the top of the corresponding loop. So now we can tighten that down. It'll kind of spin. Then you're left with this knot right here. That doesn't look like much, but once we trim the ends, it's going to look like a little T, and that holds in the loop very nicely. It actually lays flatter than the diamond knot over here. This is pretty bulky, and I know at the office I don't like having that under my wrist while I'm typing. It's just kind of uncomfortable. But this one lays a lot better. It lays pretty flat, but it still has those flanges on the side so that it doesn't pull through the hole. So let's tighten that down to where we need it. You might want to leave these ends on, like with the other knot, until you make the bracelet, just to be sure. I'm going to trim them now, just so you can see more what it looks like. So there's our toggle knot. I'm going to put a fishtail weave on the outside, just to see what it looks like on a finished bracelet. Alright, so there's our finished bracelet. You can see the toggle knot right there. This knot's actually easier to fit through the hole. You can just turn it sideways, and it comes undone pretty easy. But by itself, it'll stay put. Like I said, it's just a lot less bulky if you have your wrist on a tabletop while typing or anything like that. So I like this one a lot better. I haven't used it a lot because I learned it fairly recently, but it's one that I plan on using in bracelets in the future. So there are two different knots you can use to set up a paracord bracelet without a buckle. Buckles are useful and everything, but sometimes you just don't have one laying around. So this is a nice alternative. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave us a like and consider subscribing. We put out videos twice a week on paracord and knots and other related things. So stay tuned. We'll see you next time.